Hi, my name is Michael and I'm an ultra long distance recovery specialist. It means that what I do is I go to ultra long distance marathon runs to put them back together when they collapse, when their legs are so fatigued. Many of them get heavy legs because they're running and walking for up to 18-20 hours a day, and their muscles tighten up so that their circulation is actually affected from this. Anyone having heavy legs on a consistent basis needs to get them checked out by a medical professional urgently. There may be a serious medical problem that needs diagnosing and dealing with, and this is not being dealt with here. We're discussing physically developed heavy legs from overuse, from walking, standing and sitting too long. I developed light manual muscle relaxation, and I've tested it all around the world on extremely long runs and walks, and what I found is that a simple system is every bit more so effective than anything else I've tried, and for recovery anything else is a luxury or not necessary. It's a 4-in-1 recovery system, and it replaces 4 different areas of dealing with the legs in a sports situation. But for the non-sports person, the lessons learnt and the systems used have their equivalent in non-sport leg health, in this case heavy legs. And the aim is that prevention of injury during an activity or recovery afterwards is important when you have heavy legs. The intent is to get someone back to their normal range of movement and lifestyle quickly and easily, with at least inconvenience as possible. The body is a cylinder of fluid, and at the top, near the surface, the pressure is very, very light. There basically is not much pressure at all. And as it goes down the cylinder, which is the body, the pressure increases. But when you get to the bottom, that's where there's most pressure, and this down here is at the feet and the toes, and the only thing stopping all the fluid running out of the body are the ends of the toes. When you've been on your legs for a long time or doing whatever you're doing, tight calf muscles can affect your low leg circulation because they are the main motors for a pump that pushes blood up the legs against gravity back to the body. And if they're tight, they can't move, and so the pump doesn't work. Too much time standing, walking and sitting will let gravity hold all the fluid in the lowest parts of the body, and leg tightness can stop those muscles from working, pumping that fluid back up to the body again. So as the legs start to fill up, they start to feel fatigued and heavy. Now, carrying heavy weight is hard on the legs. It's very tiring, very fatiguing. And when these muscles at the back tighten up, it can lead to poor circulation, which can lead to swollen ankles and heavy legs. And where the swollen ankles come from is from blood that goes down to the toes as fresh blood, and it goes in and out of all the tissue spaces, and to keep the legs quite fit and healthy. But when it gets down, all the pressure that it's been sent down with from the heart through the arteries runs out. So when it gets down there, it sits there, and as it can't be pumped up the legs fast enough, the ankles and feet swell, and this makes it difficult to put the shoes on and walk. The accepted way of emptying legs, this is very passive, and is to have the legs elevate higher than the rest of the body, and this takes advantage of gravity to reduce the pressure in the legs, and so it all drains back to the body for re-nourishment and recycling back out to the body again. The problem with doing things this way is that it is very passive, and you may not have a lot of time to spend with it. So if you don't have other things to do, and the length of time it takes to drain can be a pretty long time, and has enough been drained to make your legs feel lighter, a lot of people will get problems when they stand up after having lay down for a long time. And also the muscles tend to stiffen up, so it makes it very difficult when you stand up and walk. And if your feet become cold, you also can lose contact with the floor because you can't have access to the underfoot environment up into the drain to allow you to avoid falling over if there's something underneath your feet when you walk. There is a system that can make a difference. It is an active form of getting fluid out of the legs. It's not complicated. It doesn't need equipment. You don't need a partner. You can do it yourself just using a strap, or much room to work, or need to disrobe so you don't get cold. It's called light manual muscle relaxation. What is light manual muscle relaxation? It's an active form of recovery that uses the legs and the muscles themselves. It's a tested recovery system. It's physiologically based on lymphatic fluid movement, and it's recommended by many endurance running and walking record holders. The benefits of using light manual muscle relaxation are no disrobing, no body heat loss, no complicated hand skills needed, no equipment needs to be carried, no massage oil is needed. Simple to do, and is light so that there's no contribution to muscle injuries. The system breaks the soreness and fatigue cycle because it actually makes the muscles relax first pull some of the tightness out, so that then the muscles can be worked to increase the circulation and get rid of some of the fluid that's built up. Your chair can be turned into a mini leg gym. Now, if your legs have not been doing much because they feel so tight all the time, they're usually too fatigued to do much with, but they still need to be exercised and moved so that you get used to walking and get used to them being light again. So all you need if you're on your own is just a strap to use as the sole bit of equipment that you will need. After you've been doing your bit of gym work, you can use, if you do have a partner, you can use anywhere to actually do light manual muscle relaxation. And I've used it in some of the worst conditions possible on the runs and walks that I work on. These are just a few references to light manual muscle relaxation from some of my runners and walkers. This is the Australian Centurion Race walkers I look after every year. These people have to walk 100 miles in 24 hours or less. That's 160 kilometers, and it's very difficult to do. But for someone with heavy legs, even if they only walk 200 meters, that's still the equivalent to 100 miles that these people do. This is from Jesper Olsen, the world runner. Cliff Young, who's an age ultramarathon runner. Light manual muscle relaxation is a safe, simple, effective recovery system for leg soreness and stiffness. It allows overused legs to recover without interfering with the body's own natural recovery processes. And this means that because there's nothing difficult to do, the person with heavy legs can get back to doing what they normally do or what they wish to do much faster.